Getting a cancer diagnosis is not something anybody wants. I know it wasn't for us. When my wife received her diagnosis, we were scared. We felt we had to make a decision and act on it immediately, but you don't have to. Slow down, do your research, look at what your options are. We chose Sunridge Medical, and it was the best thing we ever did. Hi, my name's Brian. My wife was diagnosed with breast cancer 3 years ago. She's my best friend, my wife, my lover, my business partner. And to sit back and watch this unfold can be stressful, very stressful. You can't fix it. You can't take the burden away from them as you would like to. So we have to sit back and be patient and let it unfold. And sometimes it can be very stressful with the standard of care today. When we started down the decision-making process of what we were going to do, I talked to some of my physician friends. One is a very prominent surgeon, probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met. And he was pretty adamant that we needed to go through the standard of care, which was chemo, radiation, and drug therapy. And any alternative type of treatment would be foolish. There was very little personalization from the doctors about my wife's needs, what was important to her, educating her on what her options were. There was no empathy. We were treated like a number. They really didn't care who she was, what her name was, where she was from, and what was important to her. But my wife was very adamant that she didn't want to do the standard of care, didn't really have an answer as to why, but it was just her gut. And we followed her gut feeling through this whole process. She was pretty desperate to make a decision. She knew she needed to do something. Finding where we could go to receive some type of alternative therapy was very difficult. One of our options was to consider Mexico. I became pretty concerned about her safety. Not only was there the financial issue of, currency exchange and crossing the border, but where was she going to live? Who was going to be looking after her? Because I had to stay home and run our business. I wasn't able to travel with her. So when we learned of Sunridge and my wife came here to Scottsdale, Arizona, this is one of the most beautiful places in the country to spend your time, and to know that she was safe, to know that she was taken care of was really, really important for me, because I couldn't be here with her the entire time. She came on her own to Arizona to the initial interview process and decided that she was going to start treatment. Within a few weeks after Dr. Franco had spent with Marika and diagnosing her complete health history from when she was a child, a lot of things were uncovered that she didn't really know about. There was a sense of an aha moment that there's something happening here that is going to change her life. And not only from the physical part of it, but truly from the emotional part. There was the ability for her to be comfortable that the process was going to achieve results. And it turned out that not doing chemo was a blessing because her immune system wouldn't have handled wouldn't have handled it, and she probably would have been worse off. So there are many intangible blessings that came from our time at Sunridge. She felt taken care of and looked after by the folks at the clinic, because the first 2 or 3 weeks can be the hardest on the body, the detox process that they put her through. And it was not easy for her, but she was looked after and taken care of by the folks here at Sunridge. From my perspective, it was important that I felt comfortable with the people that were taking care of my wife. Dr. Franco goes above and beyond to give you a comfort level that he knows what he's doing. He's experienced with what these women need or what people need. Made me feel extremely comfortable with the process that was going forward, answered all of my questions, gave me the time and attention that I needed to get comfortable. Never once made me feel that it was anywhere near the typical medical community's standard of care. I can tell you that I'm so grateful for how my wife was treated and taken care of and respected and listened to. Her whole demeanor changed after coming to Sunridge. I felt a huge sense of relief knowing that she was in good hands, wasn't being treated like she had been by the doctors through surgery and the oncologists that were just very impersonal. A completely different experience at Sunridge. It made me feel good to know she was being cared for in a loving way.